Yes, everybody. Welcome back to another banger of a video. Today, we're back on track. Literally, karting at TeamSport Liverpool. As you can see, I barely made it a whole race without getting absolutely sent from behind. But hey, that's karting for you, and it's part of racing. So let's get stuck in and see how I can fight my way all the way to the top. Alright then, and we're off. Recovering from that hit, we're going to get up to speed. First lap's always a warm-up lap. We're getting a feel for the track, the grip levels of the tyres on this car. Most importantly, we're going to be trying to figure out who's going to be the biggest competition today. Not the fastest lap, but we're just building up. That's the end of lap 2. Still finding my rhythm. This lap was still a little bit slower thanks to the yellow flags. I might have taken a few corners a bit too cautiously as well, so note to self, I'm going to send it this lap. The kart's now feeling decent and I'm going to start pushing. And there we go, that's the big improvement we were looking for. We're finally getting into the 30s now. Feeling like the tyres are warming up, I'm carrying a bit more speed through the corners, and it's time to chase down this pack ahead. Let's go. And as you can see, there's a bit of a step back there, got caught in some traffic, had to adjust my line a few times, still trying to stay as consistent as possible, and that's the key in a longer race like this. Boom, that's more like it. Starting to dial in the track now, hitting more apexes cleaner, and I've got to keep this momentum going. Let's see if we can keep getting the times down. And we are flying now. We've just dipped into the 32s, and this is where things start to get serious. Every 10th counts, and I feel like I'm really dialing it in now and starting to hit the corners really cleanly. And we're pretty much holding pace now. I lost a bit in one of those hairpins. Small mistakes add up at this point, so I need to tidy it up on this lap. Let's see if I can do it. So we've lost a bit of time there, maybe some oversteer, bad exit speed. I've got to focus on getting the power down smoother and obviously making my way through this traffic. And there we go, definitely a slower lap. You can see that thanks to the traffic again. And it's not the cleanest driving. I've just got to reset, get back in the groove and get past a couple of these. Here we go, up the inside of that corner again. And got a bit of free space ahead. Let's catch up. Getting back to consistency here, starting to feel good again. Got a bit of free space out ahead of us, but I know there's still a bit more time to find. Let's see if we can get ourselves back down into the 32s again, which is where we belong. And there it is, one of my best laps yet. Everything just clicked on that one. More of that, please. Come on, let's keep the consistency going. Keep us in the 32s. Come on. There you go, back-to-back 32s. We absolutely love to see it. Just got to keep the pressure on anyone ahead and keep focusing on the clean exits as well. Because obviously at this speed with these kind of go-karts, it's very crucial to keep the speed coming out of the corner as well as going in. Almost an identical time. Talk about consistency. If I can just shave off a couple more tenths, I might be able to grab the fastest lap of the entire session. Let's see if I can do it. So we were fractionally slower on lap 14, but we're still in the right range, the 32s. The battle for the fastest lap is now officially on. We lost a tiny bit of speed on that lap, so it was a tiny bit slower the time. We might have over pushed on a few corners, but still 32s are where we want to be. I mean, ideally 31s, but at this point I've put on a bit of weight and I'm quite tall, so I don't think the 31s are ever going to be possible again, but 32s, that's what we're aiming for. Oof, we lost some time here getting past those drivers, but we've got some space ahead of us again. All we need to do is refocus and stop taking dodgy lines. Let's see what we can do on this lap. Yes, fastest lap so far of the session. That felt rapid. Clean lines, smooth power, everything just flowed. And sometimes you'll know if you go-kart quite regularly, you just feel when you've done almost a perfect lap. And that is exactly the feeling I got from that one. Okay, so we've caught up to some back markers, so this lap was a little slower again. It's definitely not bad, we just need to keep that confidence up and see how quickly we can get past. And yes, this is one of my favourite corners to overtake on. Although it's not my best in terms of time, I do like diving up the inside there. Okay, so after a few overtakes, it's not exactly my best, but it's still a solid time. I think the mental fatigue had started to creep in slightly here towards the end of the race, knowing that we were going to stop in the next 5 to 10 laps. And we're back in the 32s. There's me talking about mental fatigue starting to creep in. What mental fatigue? That's more like it though. We've got to stay sharp until the end, especially when we're at these public sessions and we're practicing for members' nights, where it is not anywhere near as forgiving as this. And there we go, another solid lap, hovering around that high 32 mark, keeping things nice and tidy. At this point, we're just seeing out the end of the race. Consistency is the name of the game. Lap 22, I'm holding my position, managing the end of the race. As you can see, I've got a bit of traffic up ahead. They're all warmed up, so I'm not exactly looking to drive too aggressively at this point. I'm just trying to keep my distance and get my solid times. Lap 23, we were almost back in the 32s, getting a bit of a second wind here, and we're finishing strong. I think the guy that was originally in front of me, oh, as that guy spins, he was going pretty quick, so I don't think I wanted to push too hard to make him feel like he was under pressure. And that's the end of the race. The yellow flags are out, and what a session that was. Obviously, we started a bit shaky. But once I found my rhythm, it was all about chasing that fastest lap, and we ended up taking P1, which I will put here on the screen. We set the quickest time on the track, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one as I go past my friend who's just crashed. And yeah, if you did, make sure to like, comment, and of course it helps out hugely, subscribe. Oh yeah, and just stick around to hear the reason as to why I got shunted at the end of this race. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.
Why did you do that? Why did you do that?